You get in your car. You press the start button. And then you press that little green button with a leaf on it. Eco mode. It feels responsible. It feels smart. The dashboard tells you that you are saving fuel and saving the planet. But deep inside the engine block, something terrible is starting to happen. A slow, silent destruction that manufacturers don't tell you about. While you are saving $5 on gas, you are causing $3,000 worth of damage to your pistons, bearings, and starter motor. Today, on Logic Layer, we are debunking the efficiency myth. Why is your car's eco mode actually a self-destruct button? Let's look inside the engine. The lugging problem. To understand the damage, we first need to understand what eco mode actually does. It doesn't change the engine's physics. It changes the transmission's logic. It forces the gearbox to shift into the highest possible gear as quickly as possible to keep the RPM, revolutions per minute, extremely low. Imagine riding a bicycle up a steep hill. Instead of using a low gear, you switch to the highest gear. Your legs start to burn. Your knees feel like they are going to explode. You are moving, but the stress on your joints is massive. This is exactly what happens to your engine at 1,200 RPM when you try to accelerate. It is called lugging the engine. When the RPM is low, but the load is high, the piston isn't moving fast enough to dissipate the explosive force. Instead of a smooth rotation, the piston gets hammered against the cylinder wall. This creates extreme pressure on the connecting rods and the crankshaft. You think you are driving gently. Physics says you are torturing the metal. LSPI, the super knock, but lugging is just the beginning. In modern turbocharged engines, this low RPM stress leads to a phenomenon that mechanics fear most: LSPI, low-speed pre-ignition. Normally, the spark plug ignites the fuel at the perfect moment. But in eco mode, and when you push the gas pedal at low RPM, the pressure inside the cylinder gets too high, too fast. The fuel-air mixture explodes before the spark plug fires. This isn't just a knock, it is a super knock. It's like hitting the piston with a sledgehammer while it is still moving up. The result? Cracked pistons, bent connecting rods, catastrophic engine failure. And the irony? It happens most often when you're trying to be economical. Carbon buildup. Let's talk about direct injection. Most modern cars inject fuel directly into the cylinder. It's efficient, but it has a flaw. In older engines, fuel was sprayed over the intake valves, cleaning them like a shower. In direct injection engines, the valves remain dry. When you drive in eco mode, the engine never gets hot enough to burn off the carbon deposits. Oil vapor and dirt start to build up on the valves. Think of it as cholesterol clogging your arteries. Over time, the engine can't breathe. It loses power. It misfires. To fix this, you don't need eco mode. You need an Italian tune-up. You need to drive hard, get the RPMs high, and burn that carbon off. Eco mode is essentially suffocating your engine slowly. The start-stop myth. And then, there is the most annoying feature of all, the start-stop system. The engine turns off at every red light to save a thimble of fuel. Here is the engineering reality. An engine is most vulnerable when it starts. Why? Because when the engine stops, the oil pump stops. Gravity pulls the oil down to the pan. For a split second upon restarting, metal touches metal before the oil pressure builds up again. A normal car endures about 50,000 starts in its lifetime. A car with start-stop active endures over 500,000 starts. Manufacturers say they use reinforced bearings. But physics is physics. You are wearing out the main bearings and the starter motor 10 times faster. Replacing a starter motor on a modern car costs hundreds of dollars. Are you really saving money on gas? Or are you just prepaying for a mechanic? The verdict. So, why do these buttons exist? Why would manufacturers design a system that hurts the engine? The answer is simple. Regulations. Car companies are under immense pressure to meet strict government emission standards. Euro 6, CAFE.
Emissions are stabilizing.
Eco mode and start-stop are necessary to pass those laboratory tests. They are designed to protect the manufacturer from fines, not to protect your engine from wear. So, what is the logic layer solution? If you are cruising on a flat highway at a steady speed, fine, use eco mode. But in the city, in stop-and-go traffic, or going up a hill, turn it off. Disable the start-stop. Keep your RPMs in a healthy range. Let your engine breathe. Sometimes, spending a little more on gas is the cheapest insurance you can buy. If you want to know more about the hidden mechanics of our world, hit subscribe. Drive safe.